Hello, my butterfly beauties, and welcome if you are new. My name is Charlene, and on this channel, we discuss everything beauty, fragrance, and lifestyle. You see both of us because what are we doing? Today, we are reviewing four of the fragrances from our samplers. So we've done our wear test and put our thoughts down, but we're going to do initial spray again so we can get our first impressions, and we'll give you our scoring, how we rank these. So if you want to see our thoughts on this, then just stay tuned. All right, so John is going to do his first one.
What's the name of it?
Why? Just Why from Burberry.
All right, so Why from Burberry is supposed to be an earthy, woody scent of citrus and blue juniper, berry, lavender. So this was one of my first ones I tried, and I gave it a high score because I liked everything about it. So I think they came through with it. I give it a 10 out of 10.
All right, so what's your first impression just smelling it again?
Smooth and clean.
Smooth and clean. Very nice. So the first one I picked out of this was this Flora Carnivora scent from Henry Rose. Was the one that I chose. And this one, at first of initial spray, I gave it a 7.5. This is giving me a very aquatic type floral scent. It's slightly sweet. It has a little vetiver in it that gives you a little depth to it. So as it wore, though, it went from a 7.5 to an 8. So I did enjoy it as it wore throughout the day. So Flora Carnivora for me got an 8 overall scoring. What's your next one?
All right, my next one that I tried was the Prada Ocean. All right, so it didn't come very clear. Anyway, this was a nice fragrance as well. It's a modern men fragrance. It's known for its freshness, marine, and aromatic profile, blending citrus, bergamots, grapefruit, herbs, lavender, and sage. And there's more different ingredients in here. But I gave it an 8 out of 10. I like the other one better. I still like this one as well.
Very nice. Okay, so the next one I grabbed out of mine was this Rosie by Rosie Jane. So Rosie by Rosie Jane scent is a very skin-like scent. So it has the musk and it has the sweet rose in it. So when I originally sprayed this, and I just put it back on here again, it's like it says, it's just giving you that musky light rose. It's not a heavy rose, so that was good because I'm not big on roses. So when I originally scored this, I gave it a 6 because I felt like it was really light. But as it wore throughout the day, I ended up loving it even more. So it ended up going up to a 7.5. So yes, from 6 to a 7.5 is what I end up giving Rosie by Rosie Jane.
Okay, Burberry. All right, this was the next one. I had my third one. And I really appreciate this smell. I'm going to spray it again. It's very unique. That's what I like about it. The first time I smelled it, I didn't put a grade on it. I didn't really rate it because I thought it was a very unique scent. But it has the tones of black pepper. And I don't see black pepper in many men's fragrances. So I guess that caught my nose. So what I did was put a money sign by it because it smells expensive. Even though it's not very expensive. But I did appreciate the different tones in it because it's different from the other ones that I do appreciate.
All right. Very nice.
So I guess technically I didn't never score it. I just gave it a money sign.
So what would you score it?
A 9.
You'll give it a 9?
I'll give it a 9,
okay.
Yeah. It's a nice fragrance.
Very nice. Okay, so the next one I pulled was from the Kayali. This is her Fleur Majesty Rose Royale number 31. So it's that one. And so this one, it says it has juicy pear in it, sweet peach, rose royale, pink peony, violet wood, and purple musk. So I felt like this was really heavy on the peach and the rose, which, you know, I'm not very big on roses, and peach can go hit or miss for me. So when I initially sprayed it, I gave it a 7. But let me tell you guys, this one reminded me of 2 of the fragrances in my collection. So, yeah. And this one was long lasting. Like, I smelled it all day long. So this one reminded me of that Swiss Arabian 01 fragrance, that Delina dupe, and my Club de Nuit one. That's supposed to be a Delina exclusive. So to me, Fleur Majesty is in the same vein as the Delinas. So if you love Delina, you're going to love Fleur Majesty. But I already have both of those in my collection. So because of it lasting so long, and it reminded me of the rose that I do love, because I love a rose with a kick, it went from a 7 to an 8.5 for me. So it was long lasting. It projected really well. So that was Fleur Majesty.
All right, so my final one is a Spice Bomb Victor and Woof. All right, so that's that. And I'm a little partial with this because I like the Spice Bombs. I mentioned with the last one that some of them are, none of them are normally peppery, but I do like the spice undertones. So let me spray it again. Again, the wear test, I have several Spice Bombs in my collection. So this is another to add to it. After smelling it a second time, my initial score was a 9. I'm going to give it a 9.9. So I'm going to increase that. And I will probably continue to add to the Spice Bombs in my collections. So this was not my favorite, but up there to, almost to my favorite. My favorite, again, was the first one, the Y. I gave that a 10.
So your scoring was the Y, then the Spice Bomb, and then it was it the Prada Nets, and then the other one, the Hero?
They were all pretty much.
Yeah, they was close. Yeah. So my last one that I have for you guys for in this video is this Maison Louis Marie in number 14, Isola. So this one, I was the least interested in, but this one was the one I was the most surprised about. So let me tell you about this one. Let me spray it again. Yeah, so when you first smell this, it's bright, it's citrusy, it's fruity, right? Oh my goodness. It has the grapefruit in it. It has plum in it. It has jasmine. You know I love jasmine. And then it has vanilla flower in here. Kind of gives it a winey, earthy fragrance. So it's bright, citrusy, fruity. Then it goes deeper and gets more earthy and wine-like is how I can best describe this. But this one, it went from a 7 on initial spray to by the time I ended up at the end of the day, it went all the way up to a 9. So out of this 4, this one ended up being my favorite out of the 4. So my favorite ended up being the Maison Louis Marie. That Flora Carnivora is the one that was the best deal to get. But I end up liking this, I think, the least. Yeah, nope. The other one that was the least was the Rosie Jane. So yeah, this was my favorite out of these 4. And the Flora Majesty is pretty good. It would have been higher had I not already had 2 fragrances in my collection that reminded me of. So with that being said, that's our ranking So your first number 1 is Y.
Can't go wrong with Y.
And mine is the Maison Marie, Louise Marie number 14 Osla. So thank you guys so much for joining us in this video. And after we test our next few ones, we'll come back and tell you what we think of them.
Let me smell your favorite one.
You want to smell my favorite one? This one here. What are your favorite?
Like the wine smell.
It has a wine-like to it.
Right.
Yeah, when you smell it. Oh. It's that plum in there, I think. Okay, here. Oh, yeah.
Does that remind you of anything?
It has a sweetness to it that I really like.
It wears good too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see why you like it. I like it too.
Thanks for letting me have my input in your channel.
Yay! And thank you for coming and being willing to join us. Tell us what you think down below of our thoughts on these fragrances, and we'll see you in our next video.
Next week.
Next week, maybe. After we test our next 4. Oh, I should mention, one of his was missing. He had a duplicate of the Versace Eros, and he did not have his Tom Ford ombre leather in his sampler. They gave him 2 of one and not another one, so we won't be able to test that one. But we'll test the rest of them, so we'll see you in our next video. Bye.